Working on building a dream space, but don't know where to start? At the Home Depot, we can help you bring your dream project to life. Whether you're building a backyard oasis, a podcast studio, or a wellness space, we've got everything you need in store and online. With project guides and free delivery options, it's easy to go from dreaming to doing. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
The NBA offseason does not really begin until there is a blockbuster trade. And late last night, the basketball world learned that the Milwaukee Bucks are sending Giannis Antetokounmpo and Bobby Portis to the Miami Heat in exchange for Tyler Herro, Kel'el Ware, Jaime Jaquez Jr., Kaspadas. Oh, wow. Okay. Kaspadas, you could see honest. Chionis, and 3 first-round picks, including the number 13 pick in today's draft. Who would you say won this trade?
Nobody.
My ass, Shelton.
It did. I was tough with it.
Yeah,
you should have said for picks and a lot of people.
Real quick. I was like, what the hell is this?
You should have said players to be named later, because I ain't gonna say that shit. It's players to be named later. But yeah, but I think both of these teams lost this deal, man. Because I mean, Milwaukee, they got some picks, but I ain't seen them pick nobody of relevance since Giannis. So that's that thing. And Miami gutted their whole team to get Giannis, and I don't think that Giannis and Bam is the duo that's gonna win, championship. Like, they ain't beating none of the best teams in the East. This maybe puts them at 5. Like, there are 5 other teams better than them with Giannis and Bam and whatever they're able to put around them, because I know they're gonna have to pay both of those guys, and they ain't trying to hit the apron in Miami. So yeah, this was a lose-lose for both of these teams. I feel like Giannis could have went somewhere better and been more impactful, been closer to a championship. He walking into the same situation in Miami that he was in Milwaukee. It's just warmer weather and better bitches. So
I would say for me, I think that this was I think the Bucks won this trade just because of the haul that they got back. They got a lot of young talent, and they also got the future draft picks as well. But at the same time, they always say, I think this is something that FIFA says, that whoever got the best player won the trade. But in this case, like you to mention, Lou, like, Miami cannot compete next year or this upcoming season. It has to be the year after that, because based off the salaries, they're gonna put, like, Sheldon, they're gonna call you up to play for
anybody on that team.
They only got, like, I think they only got maybe 18, 20 million of, like, salary cap to kind of get a lot of vet minimums on, and they don't even know if they're gonna resign Norman Powell, who I think was an all-star this year.
They're not gonna be able to.
Their starting point guard is Davion Mitchell, who's really a backup. It's just I mean, I don't know what to say about Miami, because, like, obviously they got Giannis, and I know that pleases the fans in South Beach, but
can Giannis and Bam play together?
I mean, they can, but they don't be a play-in team. Like, I think they just guarantee them a play-in spot, and that's about it. Because, like you mentioned, Lou, like, Indiana's going to come back. Detroit's going to be there. I'll put Cleveland over them. Obviously, the Knicks, Boston. Well, maybe not Boston, but
I think Washington better than them right now. With the first pick they just got, Trey. The first pick they just got, Trey and AD.
I ain't gonna say all that. I was gonna say I would give it to Atlanta and Charlotte before I say Washington. But, like, even then, that's what I'm saying. Is, like, I feel like if you want to say guarantee, they may be 5th, but overall, based on team, chemistry and just depth, they may be 8th. And yeah, we'll see what happens a year after that as far as when they get cap space. But I think the Bucks easily won the trade for today. We'll see how they use those draft picks. I think they just picked their pick is about to go in right now for the 13th overall pick. But
it's Miami.
I'm gonna give it to the Bucks.
For me, it was definitely the Bucks, 100%. I really the last 2 number 1 picks, Kel'el Ware who I love, and Jaquez both were traded in this deal along with Tyler Herro. You got players for Giannis who is no longer happy, no longer winning in Minnesota in Milwaukee. So you got value for, and you got future draft capital, which you'll need anyway. I wouldn't be surprised to see them flip one of those guys like a Tyler Herro. I would flip him for sure.
I think that's the plan.
Point.
I think that's the plan.
And just get deeper, because you got, like I said, you got two young guys that are good enough to I ain't gonna say build around necessarily, but they're good enough to be major contributors on a playoff squad if you can put the right pieces around them. But Milwaukee got a lot younger. You got rid of Bobby Portis as well. You got draft capital, and it just seemed like a good move all the way around. You beat out Boston in this deal if you're Miami, but that's because you had more to offer, I believe, and I think that'll serve them well. But I love the players that they got. If nothing else, they're ready to compete. I'm just with Giannis going to Miami, like we said, the team is going to be gutted. You're going to have to build around him. You're going to lose, no matter what. You're going to lose
Norman Powell.
Norman Powell, yes, he's not going to take a pay cut to stay, and that's the only way you can get him to stay is on a pay cut. He just had an all-star year after being a full-time role player all these years. There's no way he's going to take a pay cut to stay in Miami if he's smart. You're going to chase the money. And so in that case, I see it as a win for them.
I don't know if the Bucks necessarily won this trade. I think we know what Giannis is. He and Bobby Porter, they have history of playing together, and Pat Riley and Bams are still there, and Pat Riley can find ways to put a team together. The reason why I'm skeptical with the Bucks is really I'm looking at the picks that they have. So we'll see who they pick tonight, because I think we'll see who they pick tonight. And we know Herro can play almost 20 a game. Jaime Jaquez Jr. can play. I don't know about this other guy, but we don't know what the 2031 and 2033 picks will be, around that time. And we don't know how good that draft class will be as well. So it looks pretty awful. And I hate sending a lot of first round picks for players, especially if they're named Rudy Gobert. But for Giannis in this particular situation, it kind of makes sense. Now, I don't keep up with prospects, but we're talking about 4 and 6 years away for those picks, 4 to 5 years away from now. So I'm thinking if you're Miami, you have 5 years to make this trade work. And can Giannis come there like LeBron did, like Dwayne, who was drafted there, did and won a title? Can LeBron came there and won a title? Jamie got there and lost 2, but superstar, they said. But can he get there? Because those are the expectations. So is Giannis better than all 4 of those players they got combined? That's the question we're really asking ourselves.
It's not more about the players themselves, Ken. It's just more about the game plan that Miami has and the landscape of the East. It's just that, because like Sheldon mentioned, like you could have went to Boston. Now, granted, you weren't going to get as a good deal with the Celtics getting like Jaylen Brown and stuff for the Bucks side, but like he could have went to Boston and been competing for a title within the next over the next 3 seasons. Now in Miami, it's just kind of it's very much more of like a wait and see. Like today, they are not contenders. Yeah, they went up a little bit in the Vegas odds, but they're not contenders by any stretch because they don't even have a fucking team yet. Next season, we'll see what happens, and then the season after that, we'll see what happens. And by that time, Giannis is going to be longer in the tooth, and he's not. And obviously, he's injury prone too. So it's just like I don't really know what Miami is going to do. You just have to trust Pat Riley, but they haven't been competing for a title seriously since the Heatles. Now I know, like you mentioned, they went to the finals with Jimmy Butler and all that, but No one thought that they were going to win those championships, and they were more surprised they even got that far. I think it was an accomplishment they even got that far. But with Giannis, obviously he's better than Jimmy Butler, but he hasn't played really deep playoff basketball in the last 4 or 5 years. So I just don't know what to expect out of this. I don't know what to expect out of this trade immediately. But if I had to pick somebody, that's why I'm going with the Bucks, because at least their future looks a little bit brighter, especially with the way the NBA has changed the way the draft is going to be done. Like, you may not even have to worry about those picks. Those picks could be used to go get somebody else down the line if they wanted to get a superstar or something like that. So they just have more assets to have more options, which is something that I can't say about Miami.
Ooh, I'm looking at this roster now. It is nasty. But nevertheless, I think they still have time to Pat Riley, of course, obviously isn't done. And I think now they even have time to maybe even bring some other teams into this deal as well. So we'll see if this stays this one-on-one deal or if they add additional teams in to get other assets. It's just, can the Bucks draft well?
Yes.
And that's going to be the question. They have 3 picks. So they have 3 potential future assets or players that can really carry the organization moving forward and they'll still have Tyler Herro, Jaime there. I know they can play. I don't know about the other who else was in this? The other 2. I don't know about this other guy whose name I can't pronounce.
One of them is a point guard that I've heard good things about.
And Kel'el Ware. Tell me.
Yeah, he's an athletic.
Him?
He's an athletic big that I actually wanted him in Charlotte. They were talking about trying to trade for him, but he's an athletic big that can play. He can run the floor. He's a poor man's Giannis, if you will, because he can play. He can definitely play, but he's not Giannis. I'm not by any stretch of the imagination, but he is. He does have the size and the athletic ability that you look for in a player like that. He's active too, so I can see him going there and averaging 18 and 10.
This roster is hilarious. They got Davion Mitchell, Norman Powell. This is what the roster will look like. Davion, Norman Powell, who y'all said won't even be there, Andrew Wiggins, Giannis, and then Bam.
Damn, Andrew.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it's not a bad starting 5, but what's after that is the problem. That's where you run into the issues that.
Oh, you mean like Drew Smith, Pele Larson,
yeah,
and Bobby Portis and Simon Fontecchio.
Some of those is my player names. You just ran through.
Right,
but
right. That's
for
exactly.
Working on building a dream space, but don't know where to start? At the Home Depot, we can help you bring your dream project to life. Whether you're building a backyard oasis, a podcast studio, or a wellness space, we've got everything you need in store and online. With project guides and free delivery options, it's easy to go from dreaming to doing. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
What's good, y'all? This is Doug E. Fresh, and we're asking for your support. Help us raise money for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Families never receive a bill from St. Jude for treatment, travel, housing, or food so they can focus on helping their child live. By pledging just $19 a month, you're helping St. Jude give every child with cancer a chance. Help St. Jude save lives. Become a partner in hope today.
Join us at musicgives.org.
For me, Shelton, the other side of this is like, we all know that Jaylen Brown, once again, was on the trade block after having a phenomenal season and proving that he is at least the number 1 on some team, maybe not on his team, but he has to be gone in Boston. I don't see how Boston can keep, like, they have to trade him before the new season starts, because I don't see how, because I think he's due for an extension too. I don't see how he would be like, okay, what, like, y'all was wanting to give me away for, I know I'm not Giannis. I know that, but like, he's done more. He's almost done as much as you could say Giannis has done. I guess I said almost. He's not on the same level. But as far as accomplishments for his franchise, he's done more for that franchise than Giannis did, and they was going to give him up for it. I just find it interesting that the trade talks are always about him and never about Jason Tatum. Because if you if you were to tell me, Lou, that a guy coming off an Achilles tear who during your title run did not win Eastern Conference Finals MVP, didn't win the NBA Finals MVP, and was just hurt, and the other guy was top 5 MVP voting. It's just like, why are they always dangling Jaylen Brown as the guy to cut cords or ties with, as opposed to the other guy? Because they're very similar. They're not. It's not like Jaylen Brown is who is it? It's not like Jaylen Brown is Giannis. It's not like Jaylen Brown's Giannis and Jaylen. It's not like Jason Tatum is Giannis and Jaylen Brown's Bam. You know what I'm saying? As far as like the separation of it, it's like they're really close. And it's like, okay, the guy who's injured already, and even though he's shown that he can, he healed fast. He's not going to get that much better. And Jaylen Brown keeps getting better with every season that we've seen.
I think, Nick, a lot of it has to do with the team chemistry and the way they view Jaylen Brown personally too. A lot of the stuff he's saying they ain't really rocking with. So,
but that's recently. But that's recently though. Like before, they were trying
more early. It's been before.
Yeah,
then.
It's been happening early, and it happened before. I mean, it started happening before he started the ascension. So you still gonna stick with Jason Tatum because Jason Tatum is the more popular player on that team, regardless as to how it shake out as who's the better player. But
it's funny though
Jason Tatum is more.
It's funny though when you hear Nick say that, like he's absolutely right. From a management standpoint, what y'all are telling me is, oh, we're gonna pick the nice guy. When if you look on the court, everything he just
talented guy.
Yeah,
are they?
That's what I'm saying, Ken. Like
based off accomplishments, I'm not sure. Like he's the one that's coming. Well, he's coming. Okay. You did say talented, but if you're looking at it from an accomplishment standpoint and somebody stepping up every time the organization needed him to, he did it in the finals. He got finals MVP. He did it this year when Tatum was down and was in MVP running. So if you Boston, you should be, I think I'm on Nick's side with this. You should be looking at it like we got our dude right here. And if people are looking at Tatum like y'all are saying, we ought to get more value for him.
Yeah, but it's always been known that they're going to keep Tatum. Like this is not surprising. Tatum has been the guy.
We beating around the bush. We're supposed to keep it real. But sports opinions can lie. It's really just because he light skinned and Jaylen Brown. That's what it is.
They got a ring from the two players, so it's good. So if I can get Tatum and Giannis, bro, for Jaylen Brown, and you put Jaylen Brown on this hypothetical situation. They didn't go with the offer, but let's play it out. If he was on Milwaukee, what the hell is he going to do in Milwaukee? Not a damn thing. I think if anything, Jaylen Brown would have been exposed more than.
I'm not going that far.
They were second in the East with the team that was supposed to be rebuilding.
With the Boston Celtics organization that had a better roster than the Bucks and a better coach than the Bucks.
Nobody thought the Celtics would be good going into this season.
You just know everything I said about the roster and the coach.
But the roster's what I'm saying. People looked at their roster and they was like, nah, they ain't got it. But they forgot they had Jaylen Brown.
At what round they get put out of?
First.
All right. That's a Jaylen Brown led team.
No, but by that time Jason Tatum was there. That's what I'm saying is like it seems like Jaylen Brown gets all Jaylen Brown gets all the fault. But like Jason Tatum wasn't there. Like Jason Tatum was he was playing in 6 of those 7 games. And it shouldn't even went to 7.
I'm with you. I'm with you, Nick. But like I said, Jaylen Brown, they picked Jason Tatum a long time ago.
They did.
So that was, at first it wasn't about getting rid of Jaylen Brown, but Jason Tatum was always going to be the one to stick around if somebody had to move. And there was never a question about that. So it didn't really matter kind of what he did technically, because Jason Tatum had a built-in excuse as well too, because he was injured. So in saying that, that's just what it's going to point to, in the fact that that's Jason Tatum's team. That's just what it's been known as, even though we questioned it.
But there's no evidence
reason for that though.
I'm with you.
Y'all are just saying that. Y'all, and I'm not criticizing y'all, but we've just all kind of accepted that. Oh, this is Jason Tatum's team.
I'm with you.
If you're looking at what's going on the basketball court, people shouldn't be so quick to say that.
I'm with you. I'm with you, Lou. But you know how it goes. It's like that in all sports. And I've heard athletes say it themselves. Like I've heard certain athletes be like, "I've seen this person get outperformed day in and day out," and they told them to back up because this is this guy's spot. So You play according to your slot. And when you drafted Jason Tatum, you drafted him and took him in as the leader of that team. And this is our face of the franchise. And this is what it's going to be. Jaylen Brown, you would be the Robin. On the court, technically, you can be Batman at times, but in the hierarchy of who we're going to keep, you Robin, and you got to go, especially when you start making noise. That's why he's been fussing this whole time anyway.
But I see. I mean, granted, I don't agree with how he's been fussing, but I see why he feels that way because it's like, bro, like, what more do I need to do for this franchise that drafted me? That is saying like that they dangled me for Kevin Durant, for Giannis, and we don't know who else. Those are just the two that we know for sure. And it's just like, bro, I brought a title to the city since Paul Pierce. You know what I'm saying? Like I've won every accolade that matters when it comes to team success. For this franchise in the last 10 years. And now, like, all of a sudden, like, I'm still being counted out for a guy, again, who has done nothing for this franchise when I'm talking about Giannis. And y'all was willing to give me away for a couple first-round picks and a bag of chips. Like, it's like, if I'm him, I'm like, bro, send me to Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Like, if y'all want to see what this franchise look with y'all golden child, go ahead. Let's ship me off and let's see what Jason Tatum does with the team. Because I feel like they're not when Lou was asking about Miami, like, I feel like Boston is going to decrease or regress heavily because they have to move off of Jaylen Brown. And this team with just Jason Tatum does not look attractive at all because they have no bigs. They have no bigs. They're all about 3-point shooting, and they're not athletic at all outside of Jason Tatum. So again, if you remove Jaylen Brown from this equation, Boston looks worse than Miami.
Isn't that the same team they had last year?
Well, last year it was, and they got exposed in the playoffs, and they get exposed in the regular season. I'm talking about competing for a title, King. Like, I'm not talking about in the regular season. Yeah, Boston can win 50 plus games or whatever, like they did this past year. But like when it comes to the playoffs, they're gonna get exposed early and be a first round exit.
Well, it depends on what you trade him for. If you're trading him, you're gonna get something in return. You're not giving him up for peanuts at this point.
But who are you gonna get? Because Giannis was the biggest ticket. Like, who else is comparable to Jaylen Brown? We're like, okay, this is a good trade.
Well, even before that is answered, I think we have to let's take into account what we know, what history has told us. We do know that together they have accomplished a lot, including winning the title. They've been there twice, and they won it once. We do know that separate when Tatum is hurt, the ceiling was the first round. I think that if you take JB off or if you take Tatum off, the ceiling could potentially still be the first round when you separate them. Based on what you're saying, Nick, it sounds like you're saying that if Tatum is left on this team, that they don't stand a chance of winning a title or a chance of winning the title. If they keep Jaylen Brown and get rid of Tatum, they stand a chance of winning a title. Is that kind of how you frame it?
I was saying is like, why wasn't there like, why wasn't Jason Tatum offered for Giannis is what I'm saying. Because I think Jaylen Brown with Giannis is just as good as Jason Tatum and Giannis. But we always keep hearing like, or even when they did Kevin Durant, like, why do you say Jason Tatum for Kevin Durant instead of Jaylen? Like, they're always using the guy who I believe has done more for their success in recent history than the guy that everybody says, oh, he's the for sure untouchable. Especially after he got hurt. Like, he's diminished returns now more than Jaylen Brown.
Because Tatum is the better player. That's why. Why would I get rid of?
Y'all say that, but I don't think that's definite. Well, I don't know if that's definite.
Well, we can extract us out of it then.
Okay.
If we just use the organization,
yes.
If they view Tatum as the better player, so if I think Tatum is better than Jaylen Brown, and I compare the better talent in my organization according to me with Giannis, I'm a way better team than trading Tatum and getting Jaylen Brown. So I think that's what they're looking at. If I can keep Tatum and get Giannis, oh shit, sign me up. And if Jaylen Brown, because of what he did last year and the conversations people have outside of the organization on platforms like this, has more perceived value, or is just people perceive him just as good as Jason Tatum, then yes, I'm gonna try to trade him because I'm gonna try to trick the Bucks into taking him so I can keep Tatum. So that's why they're doing that. I think, Tatum and yeah. So I don't know, man.
I just want to see Tatum as the let's okay. They already won a title. They've done all that they can do. I think the breakup is coming. Let's see what Tatum is without Jaylen Brown. I desperately want to see.
Let's see what Jaylen Brown is without Tatum. I don't want to. I ain't trying to shit on these brothers, but I don't think it's gonna be.
I'm just saying, bro. Like, we have more evidence to say that Jaylen Brown can lead a team more than we have evidence saying Jason Tatum can. And I know that's crazy because a few weeks ago we were talking about Jaylen Brown has the talent of a number one but the mindset of a number two. But but I also got to keep it a beam when I say I seen what I seen. and I haven't seen again, it's not like we're talking about a huge it's not like we're talking about shit when Luka was with Jalen Brunson with Dallas. Like, you know what I'm saying? As far as like, oh, okay, these two teammates, like one is clearly better than the other. It's like they do similar things. Like, I don't see the big difference.
Yeah. Last question before we move on. So is Miami viewed as a top 3 team in the Eastern Conference now? I don't know if we discussed that.
That'll be tough. It's tough to see. It's tough to say when it's not complete. Based off the starting 5, they got a good starting 5 if they can keep it together, but it's not a complete team, so we really can't tell that as of yet. At this point, with the way this team is set up, because they don't have anybody of note coming out the bench. If there's one injury, no, this team is not even in the playoffs. So I would say no as of now.
They'll make the play-in. I guarantee they make the play-in. That's it.
I think their ceiling is 5 and the floor is like 9th or 10th.
I think they can be. I think Giannis and Bam, y'all know Bam is just as good as Kobe. I don't know if y'all heard that. Like y'all disrespecting Kobe like that. But yeah, I think so. I think Bam, Giannis, that should be enough.
You can't even get the sentence. It don't make sense.
Because it wasn't nowhere else to go. He got stuck. He got stuck right there in the middle. He was like, Bam, Giannis, like shit.
He was gonna name DJ Khaled, Rick Ross.
The only place he could go is Pat Riley. He was gonna say Bam, Giannis, Pat Riley, Spoelstra. Like, all right, man.
South Beach.
The weather.
That's all you got. Like, again, I don't mind. That's what I'm saying. I don't mind Giannis going to Miami. If you had to tell me I can work in Milwaukee or Miami, I'm Miami. It ain't a question. But if you're talking about team success, this is right now. This is a lateral move. Obviously, we're just talking about right now, so we don't know what else they can do. But I don't even see how they compete this upcoming season. It has to be the 28, 29 season for me to see them compete.
So I'm looking at, I'm on the Miami Herald. They're just kind of tossing up a couple of different options. Kobe White from Charlotte. They can offer him a deal. CJ McCollum's back in Atlanta, and Ayo Dosunmu is going back to Minnesota. They're saying Anthony Simmons is a name. He can shoot.
He's in Boston
and then a
now,
bunch of other like random names here. And it's not good. So you got Tim Hardaway Jr., Vucevic, Tobias, Dean Wade, Kelly Oubre, Keon Ellis, Luke Kennard, Quentin Grimes. That's not bad. Shamet, Harrison Barnes, Sexton, Nurkic, or John Collins.
Tell me who on that list gives you a decent big, like not even big 3, but I didn't even hear anybody's name on that list that they could be the third option on this team to make them good.
Tobias Harris will work.
CJ
Tobias Harris on that team as a third option with Bam and
you don't need him to do that much because Giannis he can spot up shoot.
We've been saying,
bro, I'm not walking out on the court with Tobias Harris, Bam, and Giannis and thinking.
Well, have no fear because Thanasis is on the way. So,
bro, if they sign Thanasis, man,
no, he's definitely getting signed.
That's what the deal. Ken, what are you talking about?
Yeah, they need rosters. They need roster spots to fill. He gonna do that.
At worst, he gonna be a coach. Getting something gonna happen. Some gotta shake.
All right. Well, I'm with Shelton, man. Let's see what happens when let's see what Pat Riley does. Moving on.